Hi Stitchy friends, I'm Michelle and this is my channel Penny's Daughter Shares. This is Flosstube number 1. Oh my goodness, I've been thinking about this a really long time and I'm finally doing it thanks to a few people that I've asked questions of and who are very helpful with answers and some support from my family. I'm really excited and I have lots to share with you. I'll start by telling you a little about me. I'm a mom. I've been married to my husband for 21 years, actually a little more than that. We're getting closer to the next anniversary, and we have 3 awesome kids. All 3 live at home still, and our oldest is in college. And then we have a 6th grader and a 4th grader. Oh my goodness, I can't even keep it straight. Anyway, I want to talk about my stitching and share with you. I have no idea how long this is going to take me, and since this is the first one, we're just going to see where it goes. And I hope it turns out really good and that you enjoy it. I'm going to start with a fully finished object. And I'm working really hard on my eye contact with my camera, but I keep looking over at myself, so bear with me, I'm working on it. My first fully finished object, or actually my only one for today, and I finished this a while ago. You can see it is Lori Holt's Flea Market Flowers. I mostly stitched this along with the stitch along, if I remember right. And then I finished it when I got it done. One of my very few finishes, as you'll see when I show you my finishes that are not fully finished. So what I did was I stitched this on 28 count natural flax linen, I think. I hope I have that name right, I'm not sure. Stitched 2 over 2, and as I was working on it, I was trying to think about how I wanted to fully finish it. I wanted to do something that I liked a lot, and as I worked on it, I used all the called for DMC colors, and I think one day it just dawned on me, I felt like it looked like a hippie colors, like peace and love. And so I started thinking about maybe some macrame to give it a way to hang up. And when I did that, I found a wall hanging at Target that was not this big, but it had the beads to hang it up. And then I think it only had 1 dowel rod, and then it had these 7 rows of beads, and they kind of made this pattern on it, but it was just all beads. And I trying to remember the size, maybe it was like about an 8 by 10 or so. This is obviously bigger than that, and I tore it apart. My husband helped me cut dowel rods that were big enough. I just kind of finished this in a wall hanging. I have, I'll call them sleeves on the back here that the dowel rods slide into. The beads are all actually down here. I've sewn them to the bottom here so that they hang. I wanted to keep these tassels, and because I thought it added to it. So here's my Boho Chic Flea Market Flowers finish, fully finished. Oh, and one more detail that I wanted to show you. You can see that pink flower there. I put my initials in the middle of the flower. I just stitched over the top of the actual original stitching, and then you can see right there that I put the year in there when I finished it. So I like to do that. I know some people don't care for it or don't always do it. I like doing it. I just I think that's because I always did it. I don't know different, and so it feels weird if I don't do it. So that's what I did. It took me a long time to do the full finish on this because I was just kind of making it up as I went. So but I'm really happy with it, and I'm still looking for the perfect place to hang it in my house. So that's where we're at with that. And so now I'm gonna move on to my finishes that are not fully finished. And just to let you know, other than this one, mostly we're talking a fall theme here today because I have lots of other stuff that's either finished or work in progress that is not really a fall theme. And I'll save those for later when that's more the season for them, I guess. All right. Okay, so full finishes, or I'm sorry, not full finishes. I said finishes. So I'm gonna start with something kind of old. And I actually finished this in 2019. It's not fully finished yet. And it came in a kit that, here, it had the fabric, the floss, the cute little tart pan to finish it in. I still haven't finished it. Can you see? Here's what it is. With Creative Needle Arts Spooky Cat. Like I said, I did this in 2019. As we're going through these things, you're gonna notice some strong themes in my choices of projects. Number one, black cats, especially when they're cute but not cutesy. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I look for it. We have a black cat in our house, and his name is Jasper. He's like 15. He is a really old man, has some gray hair now, believe it or not. I didn't realize cats got gray hair. Anyway, it just makes me love black cats more because that's what we have. The other theme you'll notice are anything, we'll call it pennies, and that can encompass colors and sort of pennies in the title. You'll see what I mean as we talk about a few more things. So here's again, that's what this one is. Here's my finish. This is actually a piece of Aida, and I really don't stitch on Aida. I don't think I have anything else in my pile. Like I said, this came in the kit. I did it a couple years ago when I just started picking up cross stitch, and then I set it back down again for a while. And so really 2021, the beginning of 2021 is when I picked it up, and not long after I found Flosstube, and now I'm like obsessed with everything. So anyway, this is Spooky Cat to finish in a tart pan. I will get this done. I'm going to work on fully finishing. I'm hoping that having some Flosstube episodes will help encourage me to get some full finishes done. Okay. Next is one of my favorite things. This one is Teresa Kogut, which she's one of my favorite designers. This is Snarky Cat, and the cat's face looks almost exactly like our cat's face. He's so grumpy looking all the time. Let's see. Oh my goodness. All right. I thought I had the fabric written down, but I don't. Let me get a board. Okay. There. Is that better? Okay. So you can see I put my little initials in there and the year. Like I said, I like to do that. Our cat is under 10 pounds. He's not big, he's not chubby. So this one's chubby, ours is not. But the face, I'm not kidding. It's so much like him. And if I was a little more advanced with my video skills, I'd insert a picture of Jasper, but I don't know if that's gonna happen this time. I'll work on it though. So yeah, this is Snarky Cat. I used called for colors, and oh, I do have a note here on how it's stitched. Although that doesn't make sense to me. My note says that this is 36 count winter brew, which I believe is an R&R fabric. But I'm gonna tell you, this really looks like I stitched 2 over 2, and I don't think I would have stitched 2 over 2 on 36 count. But this was early in the year before I knew a lot. Yeah, honestly, if I had to guess, I would say this fabric is more like a 32 count and probably stitched 2 over 2. If it's really important to you, let me know. And I will do some more work on figuring out exactly what fabric this is. Everything else I have written down and I've kept track of. This one, not. So anyway, I really love this. I have no idea how I'm gonna fully finish it yet. Okay. Our next one, or my next one, or next finish, this is the Woolly U. And as you can see, the pattern does not have a name on it. The Woolly U is the designer, and I used to know the name of this, but I don't have it written down. You can buy this pattern on Etsy, and I believe it's even directly from the Woolly U on Etsy still. So here's my finish. Okay. Ooh, that's all right. Okay, so let me look at my note. Whoops, I'll look at my notes here. Okay, make note, I will have clips next time. Okay, I stitched this on 28 count Murky from Picture This Plus, and I stitched 2 over 2. I used all the called for colors. You can see it. I love this so much. I love the penny border, which is one of the reasons I picked it. Cute black cat, check, but not cutesy. I love, love, love fall colors. I love this fabric. I apologize if I said that before, but I really, 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 really love it a lot. So if you remember the front of the pattern here, it shows it like a hanging pillow, sort of like an ornament. I don't think I'll finish it exactly like that. And I think this pattern shows it on Havana, if I remember right. I think that was what was called. No, I don't remember. But when I went to pick up fabric for it, the color was not good. So I picked this fabric and I'm really happy with it. So it could end up as a pillow, but I'm not sure. We'll see. I just love it so much. I need to get it fully finished so that I can look at it all the time. Okay, up next, Scarlett House, whoops, Penny Pumpkin. There's not too much glare, is there? Ooh, you can kind of see. There we go. Okay, so that's the pattern. I actually bought this as a kit from Country Sampler in Wisconsin. So it is not exactly the called for, but I love it so much. Okay, so first note, penny in the name, Penny Pumpkin. I love this so much. I love the black and I love how it turned out. This is stitched 2 flosses over 2 fabric threads on, let's see, 28 count Ren from Picture This Plus. Now this is what was in the kit. And I love it. I love, love, love it. Their kit came with this for the backing fabric to make it into a little pillow. And that's my plan. I just need to sit down and do it. Help encourage me, please. I need to do some full finishes. I really, really, really do. So yeah, this is, like I said, stitch 2 over 2, 28 count, mostly called for colors. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if Country Sampler switched out a couple colors because they couldn't get a hold of a couple of the colors that were called for, or if they made sort of the design choice, but I'm really happy with it. So let's see. Black Licorice from Gentle Arts was called for, and they substituted Mascara from Weeks Dye Works. But I have some of each of those, and they're pretty much the same kind of color. So I think that was just a matter of what they could get a hold of. And then the pattern calls for Gentle Arts Pomegranate. And I know it was used on these berries. And I think that's the other color here, every other penny in the penny border. They substituted Gentle Arts Ruby Slipper. And I think Ruby Slipper is more rusty color. And so I'm really, really, really happy with that. I think this looked really good. Now the one color that was in here that was called for was Gentle Arts Pumpkin Patch, and that's this lighter color here, and it's in the border. My pumpkin patch, I felt like it was really bright. It almost seemed sort of neon when I was stitching it on this fabric. Excuse me. And so I substituted, you're gonna love this, Copper Penny from Classic Color Works, which I happen to have some in my collection because I love the name of it. So like I said, I substituted that. It was not a big, big change, but it was just a little bit so that it didn't feel so bright, but still true to the colors. Whoops, like I said, note, need clips next time. All right, so that's Penny Pumpkin from the Scarlett House. Okay, next finish is Plum Street oh goodness, try that again. Plum Street Samplers. This Jack's Sweet Shop Olga's Tart. I don't have a tart for this one, and I'm not sure if I'll finish it that way. I stitched it with called for colors when I could not find, there were a lot of the colors that I couldn't find. But here's my finish. Again, we have a black cat. I think this one is really, really cute. I really like it. So, let's see. Like I said, I made a lot of substitutions. For the most part, the substitutions were keeping in with the theme, or, you know, sort of the suggestions, or is that the best way to say it, I guess, of the designer. The main change, okay. So the main change I made was these lighter color stripes on the cat. Like I explained, we have a black cat, so I wanted this to be really black, or closer to black than it was. Those stripes, it called for Gentle Arts Deep Forest, and the one I had was pretty green, and I felt like you could really see that. So I substituted Black Coffee from Classic Color Works so that it was darker, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. You can still see the stripes, but it just felt better in color wise. The other big color change was this part of the moon, like the yellowish part here. It called for Gentle Arts pumpkin pie. Couldn't find it for months. And I don't even know, is it still hard to find? I think I heard someone saying that not very long ago. So what I found was Gentle Arts Autumn Leaves. I thought was a really good moon color. And then it still has, you can see the variegation in there, which I love. So yeah, I think that turned out really good. Okay. And I feel like I'm watching my timer and I don't know, am I talking too much? I hope not. My next one is next finish, Batson Boo's Stitch Along from Fat Quarter Shop. I don't have a fancy color printer that works, so my printouts come in black and white, but it works. So here's my finish. Oh, geez. Here we go. Okay. So there's my finish. I bought the Weeks Dye Works thread pack from Fat Quarter Shop. So it's called for Weeks colors. And that's what I used. I will tell you, if you're doing called for and using the Weeks, I was really nervous I was going to run out of the orange, which is Weeks Pumpkin. I had like a couple strands left when I got done. Like, and I'm talking the strand length that you would stitch with is all. So I made it through the project, but if you were going to stitch this on in a way that I did, I would say maybe grab a second skein just in case. Especially, I mean, if I'd had to tear out a lot of stuff and then restitch it, I would not have had enough. I stitched this on Lori Holt's Vintage Cloth 25 count Lugana in the color Oatmeal, and I used the mottled side. I think you can see that here in the picture, that it's the mottled side. I think this turned out so good. I just love it. And I like how I squeezed my initials in the year down here at the bottom, and I stitched it in white so that you could see it if you're looking for it, but it doesn't scream at you. That's what I like to try to do. I don't know. I love the variation in the pumpkins and everything. And I bought a Fat Quarter bundle of Midnight Magic 2, and I apologized, I can't remember the name of the designer of that line off the top of my head. But it matches these colors perfect, and I love the fabric. Love it so much. And so I think I'm going to turn this into a pillow. I'm just not sure exactly how I'm going to design it yet, but as you can see, I have a lot of fully finished ideas and not a lot of execution yet. So again, any encouragement you can give me, I'll take it. All right, my next finish. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting close to the bottom of the pile. Okay, and keep in mind, I told you earlier, these are only my fall/Halloween themed finishes. And actually, I look over to the side there. There's a few more that I couldn't find the pattern for right now, and I didn't want to show it without showing the pattern. So I have a few others. And then I have other finishes that are not fall themed. So I should have counted how many there were. So this one is another Teresa Kogut. I'm just waiting for it to show up, her brand new one that just came out called, is it Hazel's Halloween Friends, I think. And as soon as I saw that one, I knew I had to get this out to finish it. And I did finish it. So this one is Witchy Poo. Is so cute. Look at her little cat, and her cat looks like our Jasper, like when we would hold him. Like even the scale of it and everything. I don't know. I think she's so cute. Okay. So I stitched this on 32 count Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray. Don't mind me as I look at my notes. Okay, that's what was called for. I stitched two strands of floss over 2 fabric threads. And I think this turned out really awesome. I really, really like the stitches. I love, again, the variation in the colors. Like, I love her skirt so much. And I think she's so cute, and she will go so well with Hazel's Halloween Friends when I can get that. And I'm going to get that stitched up as soon as I have it. I hope. I'm working on kitting it up. So yeah, I used, and just double checking my notes, I'm sorry. I used called for colors, and like I said, 32 count Confederate Gray from Weeks and that's the called for fabric for this one. I was able to have that. Not always can I find the called for fabrics, and that's okay. I don't mind substituting things, but I just really liked this. Okay. And that's another one. I have no idea how I'm going to finish that one yet. I'm thinking flat finish, like frame it or, you know, mount it on a board or something, but I'm not sure yet. Okay. All right. Last finish for today. And this one, I'm going to apologize right now for showing it to you because I love it, but my understanding is that it's really hard to find it right now. It's an exclusive on Brenda Gervais' website, and it's out of stock. So I apologize that you can't just go get it, but I still want to show it to you, okay? So here it is, Lollys, Crows, and Candy Corn. You can see it. It's so cute. All right. So like I said, it's a finish, not a fully finished. Here's mine. Okay. There we go. I guess I got it. I think I got it straight so you can see it. I used, let's see. I thought I would remember all these details. I can't remember them all when I'm filming. I used 36 count fiber on a whim wheat is the color. And you can see, I don't know if that's showing. This is kind of a slight greenish color, the modeling in it. And yeah, even if I move it around, I can't really get the camera to seem to pick up that it's kind of greenish. I'm really happy with it. I mean, you can see the modeling. I really like that. They called for Patriots Brew by R&R in 36 count. So I stayed the same with the count, but used a different fabric because that's what I had and that's what I could have use. I couldn't find the other one. So I really like it though. And then I used called for colors almost completely. I did make a couple substitutions, but stayed true to the design in what she designed it with. So the one substitution I made, let's see. I'm sorry, I was just looking to see what was called for. It was called for DMC white, and I substituted Anchor white. This is the first time I've stitched with Anchor white, and I think it turned out really nice. I mean, I'm really happy with my stitches, and we all know stitching with white is so hard. And if you don't think it's hard to stitch with white, please tell me your secret because I struggle with it. But like I said, I'm really happy with this. And so I will try it again. This is one floss thread over 2 fabric threads. So that's a little easier for white stitching than when you're using 2 floss threads to get it to lay down. So, but I like that. Okay, so then I was telling you what my other substitutions were. Okay. Gentle Arts Fragrant Cloves was called for here in the candy corn. And I think I didn't have any yet. I have some now, but I just substituted DMC, and I'm sure I just looked it up. Excuse me. The color I substituted was 920 DMC for the candy corns. And then this great big pumpkin basket, which is so awesome. Took a long time to stitch, but it looks really awesome. It called for DMC 3853, which is fine. It's a fine color, but it's DMC, so it's a solid color. And all this stitching, I wanted some fancy color variegation. So what I did was I substituted Weeks Dye Works Persimmon, and I'm really happy with it. I think you can see the variation here. It's more subtle than some of the other colors, but I'm really happy with it. I really like that I have some variation in there. Let's see. And then I feel like yep, I spoke wrong. I said the candy corns call for Classic Colorworks Embers, and I did use that. What color I substituted were these little cheeks, because I changed the pumpkin to persimmon. I needed to do the cheeks in something besides the called for, which, like I said, was fragrant cloves. That wouldn't have worked. So I just went into DMC, my collection. I have almost all the colors wrapped on bobbins so that I can pull them whenever I want. And I can color match and stuff using those. I think that helps me sometimes. So like I said, that one, so I substituted the cheek color. It is DMC 920, which is a reddish orange, I'll say. Yeah. So those were my couple little changes I made, but I'm really, really happy with it, and have not 100% decided on the full finish on this. I lean towards a little pillow. If you've seen this on her website, you see that it comes with a tray and the little cute candy corns and the little, I call them black gumdrops. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be, but and I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish that tray off or if I'm just gonna use this when it's fully finished and the little bits that came with it in another sort of dish. So we'll figure that out. Okay, so that is my final finish for today. Like I said, I have a huge pile. And so please, if you have encouragement for fully finishing, just send me encouragement. I have lots of ideas. It's just a matter of sitting in my sewing room and doing it. Let's see. So now I need to find my notes to keep me guided on where I was going with this, and they're buried under this pile. Sorry for the noise, if that made noise. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to talk about my whips. Now, I have more whips than I'm going to show. I'm just going to show the stuff that I'm currently working on. And I sort of have some finishes in there too. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So we will start with, okay. Everyone's familiar with this, right? Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee from Brenda Gervais. I love this so much. I was so excited when I got the book, whenever that was, when it came out. I thought it was even cuter in person than what we had seen as pictures of it. So I'm currently working my way through this whole book. I have 4 of them finished. I think I'm gonna do all 6 in little pillows. Again, not 100% sure yet. If you care to join me and some friends, we're using this hashtag on Instagram just so that we can all see how we're all stitching them, if we made changes, encourage each other, just have fun. It's nothing, there's no rules. I have a personal goal of finishing all 6, and when I say finished, I mean fully finished by the end of the month. And I think I can do it if I just sit down and fully finish. So let's see. We'll go through this. Here is Pumpkin Brew. There we go. And I don't always think that back stitching and that kind of stitching is going to be that hard. And then I'd start doing it, and it is kind of hard. So I'm really happy with how my spider web turned out. I'm not quite sure what I did that made it look as good as it turned out. Oh, I didn't explain. Okay, so the called for fabrics, it calls for 40 count Brenda's Brew from R&R, and I was able to get a piece of that for this project, so that's what I'm using since it's the called for. And I'm using all the called for colors too for floss. I'm stitching 1 floss thread over 2 fabric threads. Okay, my next one, this is number 2 for me, is Boo Cats, and I just think that's really cute. Now in the pattern, there were a couple different kinds of stripes in the cats, and like I said, our Jasper, he's a black cat, so I did not put any stripes in, but the variation from the floss that's called for, and I apologize, I think it's Weeks Dye Works Onyx, but don't quote me on that. But I think there's plenty of variation there, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So that's why I chose to make that change. All right, my third one is, I think this is called Halloween Delivery in the book. And just super cute. Again, like just this like straw on the basket. Why is that hard to do? I don't know. And then I feel like it took me a huge amount of time to do the back stitching, to do this viney stuff, which is so cute when I got done, but it was hard. And number 4 is Ghosts and Goblins. There we go. And this is just really cute. There's a lot more stitching in the letters than I expected. So I feel like it took a little longer to stitch the letters than I was thinking because they're letters, but I think it's beautiful. I love it so much. And the other ghost I told you I used Anchor. This one I used the called for, so I think that is Classic Colorworks Eggshell. Let me do a double check. Yes, Classic Colorworks Eggshell. And that's still, again, it's 1 thread. So when you're using 1 thread, it's a little easier to make nice stitches. So when I decided what order to go in, excuse me, I started with the bigger ones first because I felt like, oh, well then I can get them done faster. Or I don't know, that's how I do things. I try to do the harder things first to sort of like get them out of the way, if that's a good way to put it. And then I can just kind of like relax and enjoy stuff. So like I said, if you're interested, join hashtag JOL Jubilee sale, and you can stitch with us and see how everyone's doing. Okay, next whip. Oh, and then let's see. My bag is kind of messy, but I want to show my matching project bag. My friend Katie made this, and some of you also have this awesome bag. You can see the fabric. I don't have very many fancy project bags, but I'm working on it. It's all about collecting, right? My next, like I said, next whip. Okay, I gotta get moving. I have been on here a long time. This is all the trimmings stitch along, mystery stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. I am stitching mine on 32 count Witchy copper penny. And I'm using the Called For Weeks Dye Works. And I apologize I didn't iron this because it's a work in progress and I don't iron it until I'm done usually. Anyway, Called For Weeks Dye Works colors. 32 count. So I'm stitching 2 floss threads over 2 fabric threads. And I think this is so adorable. Okay, my husband was saying he thinks these stockings are like the cutest things I've stitched so far. I love them, but I have a lot of other stuff that I love. But don't we all? And do any of us have enough time in the day to stitch everything we want to stitch? I don't. Anyway, it's really cute. And I'm really enjoying this fabric. I can't quite get a really good color read for you. It is green with like rusty brown splotches. So I would say the splotches are pretty close, but you're not really getting the green. Sort of here, it's a little better. But I really like it. I think I like more prim, kind of, what do I want to call it? Rustic, distressed. That's the word I was looking for. I knew I would find it eventually. Kind of things. So that's why I picked that kind of color. And the last time I stitched on black, I did not have fun. And I'm gonna have fun. So I didn't choose black. But I am gonna try black again sometime soon. And I house this in the one project bag that I've made so far. Yes, I love me some 80s hair metal. Okay, and Def Leppard is my favorite. I also have a piece of AC/DC fabric that I would like to make a bag out of. And I made this cute little zipper pull. I bought a tool that will punch the hole in the penny. Again, penny. Anyway, I'm really happy with this bag, and Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is the one that helped me walk through stitching it, or making it, I'm sorry. And it literally, her video was so good, it felt like she was holding my hand while I did it. It was awesome. Not that I can't handle sewing, I can handle sewing, but I have never, ever, ever, ever done a zipper until this time. And she helped me be able to do it. So that's really awesome. All right, next whip. We are going to go back to one of our common themes that I've had here. Da-da-da! Penny Autumn from Plum Street Samplers. I love this one. I really want to get it done. And I pick it up and I really love stitching on it, but then I want to go back to Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee or stitch along with all the trimmings stitch along. Or you'll see another project that I'm loving right now. So it's really hard to, like I said, there's not enough time in the day to stitch everything I want to stitch. All right, so This one is on the Q-snap still. Like I said, it's a work in progress. And I don't iron until I get done. Excuse my cough. Like everyone else, I have allergies. And it's new to me this year. Yay! Okay, so here's my progress. Check out my little needle minder. Everyone else might think of that as a Halloween needle minder. Not for me. That is my favorite one that I have right now. So you can see what I got done. Let's see. I'm stitching this on 36 count Ren linen from Picture This Plus. I love this fabric so much. Love it so much. And I love the colors that are on here that I'm using to stitch it with. And I'm using all the called for colors too. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I don't have the house finished, but I, started working my way around there. Like I said, I really love stitching on this. I just need to get back out, but I've been working on their stuff. And I'll show you what it is next. Okay. So here's my final whip for today. It is I Love Fall Most of All from Brenda Gervais with the needle and thread. Can you see it? And I'm going to apologize again because this is the second kit that's on her website that I think is not available right now, or you have to keep checking back for it, and it's only available on her site. These pumpkins that come in the kit are even cuter in person. So, but I think you can buy some just like them on Etsy if you look for little felted pumpkins. So if you wanted those, you could get those for sure. I didn't pull mine out to show you this, but all right. So I am stitching this on, let's see. I'm using all the called for colors. And I am stitching it on 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. This one's on the hoop. Let me get my board. It's a little easier to see. Okay. And again, I apologize. The colors aren't coming through very clear. Heritage is very green. No. I cannot get it to show you how green it is. I mean, the modeling and everything is showing up really well, but you're not getting quite the shade of green that it is. I really love it. I think it looks fantastic. I didn't have the called for fabric. Let's see if I can tell you what that is. Old Stationery by Seraphim, 40 count. So I'm using 40 count, which by the way is one of my favorites. I've decided 40 count and stitching 1 over 2 and 28 count stitching 2 over 2 are my favorites. But yeah, there's my progress. This, I love stitching it. I think it's taking more time than I expected. And I'm not sure why, and I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. Sometimes, you get like, oh, how long is this gonna take? And I don't mind how long it's taking. I did those fancy stitches there last night, and I'm drawing a blank on what they're called. Let's see. There we go, Smyrna Cross. I know you're all screaming at me what the answer is, because that's what I do when I'm watching this or Jeopardy or something, right? Oh, that looks kind of green. I think you can kind of see that that's pretty green there, but yeah, I love this. Maybe I'll have this done by the weekend. I'm not sure. By the end of the weekend. I don't think I ever said what the date is. Today is Friday, September 17th, 2021. So if you're watching this and it's like, I don't know, way in the future, that's when I'm talking about this stuff. At that point, this is probably going to be available. So yeah, like I said, I'm sorry for showing things that aren't easily picked up, but I want to show them. So, all right. I was going to, sorry, I'm looking for my notes again. They get buried under all this stuff. I mean, people are not kidding when they say how much stuff they've piled up around them. I was gonna have a quick little kit parade. I'm gonna do it quickly, just because I want to show you. Again, sticking with the fall themes, I have Jeanette Douglas Fall into Autumn. And you can kind of see there's specialty stitches here. I've not ever done those, and so I think that would be really fun. I have all the called for colors for it. I am gonna stitch it on, I don't know if you can kind of see that. This is just a 32 count gray and white gingham, but I sprayed it with antique spray from Primitive Gatherings, and I think that'll look really good when I stitch this up there on it, right? I think it'll look really good. So I want to get that out. All right, I'm going to call this a little mini kit parade because I have several. All right, here is another one. Oh, geez. Of course, I made it difficult to show you the picture of it because I have the floss thrown in there. Okay, this is Chessie and Me, Pumpkin Row. There you go. So let's see. I have all the called for colors ready for it. It's mostly Weeks Dye Works. There's a couple DMC listed. And I'm going to use a piece of, I made another piece of that gray and white gingham sprayed with the Primitive spray. And again, I think it'll just look really cool and fun. Something fun. I really love the gingham fabric. Let's see, my next, excuse me. Like I said, allergies, and I've never dealt with this before. Come on. All right. Black Cat. Yes, I know. I'm kind of crazy. This is Gone Batty from Brenda Gervais. It calls for stitching on Kermit. Yes, by Picture This Plus. I looked at Kermit and it scared me because it was so bright. So I'm not going to stitch it on Kermit. I am going, well, what I have pulled is another piece of Witchy Copper Penny 32 count. And that's showing up pretty good. I think you can kind of see how it's green and a rusty brown modeling. Yeah, so I have that pulled. I am not 100% sure that I want to stitch it on 32 count, just because it's not my favorite. No other reason. But I love the color of that fabric, and that's the only count you can get it in. It calls for 32 count fabric for the Kermit 32 count. So, I don't know, when I get ready to start, then I'll make a decision. I may pull something else from my collection that I think will work good. Just because I may want to have it on a different count. And there's a lot of stitching. I mean, this is much bigger than you might think. So I don't want to stitch on a piece of fabric I don't love if I'm doing that much stitching, right? I mean, right? Am I the only one that looks at it that way? I hope not. All right, this one I have in another really cute bag from my friend Katie, Green Cottage Quilts on Etsy. Okay, so I just have a bunch of floss in here because this bag has had several that I've been working on that I've pulled out and finished and stuff. And I have 3 more in this bag. I don't have fabric pulled for these yet, but I have all the flosses, although there may be a couple of substitutions in there. But one is October Wordplay, Brenda Gervais. Oh yeah, she's one of my favorite designers. Can you tell? This will be my first wordplay. I love these. I just saw the September one not that long ago, and I know these have been out a while, so I apologize for getting really excited about something like it's brand new. It is new to me. Like I said, 2021, at the beginning of 2021 is when I really got back into this, so a lot of stuff is new to me. But I just saw the September one, probably at the beginning of September, that someone had finished. Oh my gosh, I have to have it. It's so cute. And then there was another one that really stood out to me. So quite honestly, I would like to stitch them all. This is the first one I have. So I'm going to do that one. And then this is Brenda Gervais, Witch's Night Out. So stinking cute. And I want to stitch that. And yes, another Brenda Gervais. This one is Hallows Eve at Raven's Hollow. And I really like this one too. And look at the black cat. Is it so cute? It's really cute, and it kind of looks like Jasper. Although I hope I don't look like this. Anyway, I have those three ready to go, in addition to the three others I showed you. I think I might be overly ambitious because I already mentioned Teresa Kogut's Hazel's Halloween Friends. I think that's the name of it. I have that coming, and I have it, I'll put this in quotes, kitted up. I've ordered the floss for it, and I have several fabrics to choose from, and so I'll put that together when it comes. I also ordered, same thing, have it coming, floss ordered, and fabric I'll pick out for Two Pumpkins Bright from Hello from Liz Matthews, which I love them both, and they both must get done. They must. I just love them so much. So we'll see where I get with some of these things, because I also want to do some full finishes, right? I only have so many hours in the day. All right. So I mentioned at the beginning, I was calling this my Flosstube #1 birthday start. Again, I see myself not looking at the camera very well. I'll work on it. So I'm calling it birthday start because my birthday start this year is my Flosstube. My birthday was yesterday. We won't discuss how old I am yet. I don't know you all enough. Let's just say I have one child in college. Okay, that'll give you a little hint. But anyway, I wanted to start this for my birthday start because I really want to do this. I think I can really have a lot of fun, and I think it will help me get more projects done and enjoy them more. And also, I'm hopeful to meet more people this way. I've been on Instagram, which if you'd like, go follow me on Instagram. That's also at Penny's Daughter Shares. So it's Penny's Daughter Shares is how it's spelled out. And I'll link that below as soon as I figure out how to do it. And, or not link it, list it below. Is that the better way to say it? I think so. Anyway, I've met some really great people already, as you all know. And so I'm just hoping to even meet more. I don't know a lot of people. I don't know anyone that lives really close to me that stitches. And I have met a few people who live in Michigan and actually not too far from me, and even caught up with them. And, but it's still not, you know, there's still a distance. So, but one connection they made really well, a really good connection with, and I'm not even going to say her name because I didn't ask her if I could. So Well, I can say her first name, but I'm not going to tell you any other specific details right now. Like I said, I didn't ask her if I could, so I don't want to talk about someone if I shouldn't. But I do want to brag about her. So her name is Michelle. That's one thing I'm finding. There's a lot of Michelles in cross stitching, and it cracks me up. And of course, some of us are 1L, some of us are 2Ls. But anyway, so Michelle sent me a birthday gift. And we're actually birth year twins, but she's younger than I am. But anyway, this is how my cute little package came. I mean, it was obviously in a mailer. And what she sent me was this adorable bag. Look at this. Look at the black cat. Come on. I love it. And then she had asked me about this chart and then said, all right, this is going to be your birthday present and I'm going to send you the floss too. So we're going to stitch it together. So if you would like to stitch it with us, that would be really fun. This is Little House Needle Works, October's Party. And just to give you a little more, she found this and had no idea when she showed it to me and asked me if I wanted to stitch with her. My mom was born in October, so that was her birthday month, and actually it was really close to Halloween, so she always loved Halloween. And October makes me think of her, obviously. And when I read this chart the first time, and I'm doing it now and I'm getting choked up, it made me cry. Because it was like my mom was talking to me. So I'm sorry. I will probably do that every single time I do a floss tube and I talk about her because I loved her. Still love her. Anyway, I'm really excited to do this. Thank you so much, Michelle. She sent me a beautiful card. Okay, I need to get it together. Sorry. Because it's supposed to be happy, right? So like I said, she sent me floss. She also sent me in this cute bag, look at this. She sent me Forbidden Fiber Co. Old Penny. Yes. And some pins to go with it. I'm just so excited. So all I have to do is pick out my fabric and then we can get started on stitching it. We have not decided on a start date yet. So there's another fall thing though. Somebody needs to stop me. I'm out of control. All right, so that's my happy mail this time. So then I want to talk about haul. I don't know if I'll always talk about it in using the word haul, but I'm using it because that's what everyone else, how they designate it. You will not find me using the word stash. And you may think that's weird. Colorado Cross Stitcher, Sherry, on Instagram, also on Flosstube. And I don't remember which episode it was. She talked about, excuse me, more coughing. She talked about the word stash and how it made her feel I guess sort of negatively toward collecting these things, fabric, floss, charts. I mean, and so collecting them is part of our hobby. We all do it, whatever form or fashion we do that in. Maybe we only stitch, things we find at the thrift store. That's fine. You're still collecting. And I just feel like that honors the time I spend doing these things by using the word collection. And I think Sherry said basically the same thing. But when she said it, it was like, when she was talking to me. I stopped using the word stash. So I'm going to use the word collection. And in that sort of frame of mind, I have some lots of collection. I'm only going to show part of it because this video right now shows it's a little over an hour. And I don't know, I don't want everyone to be bored. I don't want you to think my videos are too long. So the first thing is I'm going to show this really quick. Da, da, da. This is tomorrow, which is Friend Stitch virtual retreat. And note, I have not peeked in my box. I've looked at it, but I haven't peeked at it. And that's not really that hard for me because I love the surprise. So I just kind of set it off to the side and it's totally fine. I'm totally fine. I know a lot of other people have harder time and I think that's funny. I love it. Here is, I did the Autumn Gathering sampler, which is our homework. I used the 32 count Witchy copper penny linen, and you can see it's green. That one, it really shows up. I think I did all the called for colors. I didn't get too crazy. I did add the year in there. I snuck it in really tiny. And then I changed the initials that are in our household. So there's a lot of overlap. Let's see, there's 2 of us with M's, 2 of us with J's. So I didn't have to change the colors on very many of them. So I'm excited to see what we're going to do with that tomorrow. We don't know yet. All right. I had pre-ordered this. Oh, sorry for bumping that. Oh, you know what? I wanted to show one more thing that is birthday related first, and I almost forgot. So I love chocolate. Like I really love chocolate. And one of my very favorite things are boxes of chocolates, but like really good ones. And so my husband discovered a really good one and he'll buy me some sometimes. And so he bought me. Okay, this is a 2-pound box of chocolates. These are so yummy. Oh my goodness. And I'm not sharing them with anybody. And then he also got me this cute mug, and it has like, I'll call them hot chocolate spoons in there too, but my daughter was saying, well, Mom, you could use those in your coffee. So I'm gonna give it a try. I think that'd be really good. So that was also part of my birthday haul, which I thought was so awesome. Okay. More collection enhancement. So I also really want to get back to some quilting. It's been a long time. And I'll share that from time to time here. And I'll try to organize my videos so that if you don't want to see the quilting parts, that you can kind of skip them. So I got this fat quarter bundle. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love farmhouse and neutrals and mixing neutrals. So this is Urban Farmhouse Gatherings 2 from Moda by Primitive Gatherings. Don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet, but I love it. Okay. And then I'm trying to remember how I discovered this. Oh, I know. Hands-On Design. They're Chalk Talks. And she just had the new one released with Expo in the, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm forgetting. The Chalk Talk. So I got Let's Talk Stitching, and see the awesome project bag that you can make to go with it. Well, that's at Simple Stitches Fabric Shop. Excuse me. So I went over to Simple Stitches Fabric Shop online to find the bag and looked at it and debated on it. It took me a couple weeks to decide, but I bought it. I bought the chart and I bought the kit for the fabric. Can you see that? I didn't even open it yet. It's so cute. I didn't want to mess it up. And so I've been looking at that. And what made me go there again before purchasing that one was I saw this on Etsy. And I haven't even opened this, but I want to open it so I can show you. Can you see this? Mini Pumpkins quilt. But they had it arranged 2 rows long ways like a table runner. And I was like, no, I must have this. I must get it. So here's the kit to do the runner, which the instructions I think are in this pattern, how to lay it out, which I'm sure I could figure that out. I just need to know how to make the box, right? I love these colors. And so when I saw this, I was like, okay, I think I want that. I get over to the site. What's it tell me? There's maybe 3 left or something to that effect. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get that before it sells out. I know I'm not the only one, but sometimes I feel like I have a problem. So anyway, free shipping if you spend a certain amount, right? You can't not spend the shipping amount and get free shipping. I mean, that's my rule. So then I was like, well, I've been looking at that bag. Let's buy the bag. And oh, I need the chart. Let's get the chart. So now I'm really excited to get that. Well, since I bought that, I was following them on Instagram, and they were talking about their, and I'm sorry, I want to get the name right. So let me see. It's their Simple Stitches sewing box for the fall. Okay. And again, look at the box. The box is so awesome. Oh my gosh, I love it. I haven't opened this except to go like this. This is all I've done. I haven't opened it yet. I got it yesterday. And I don't know if I'm supposed to open it yet because it was sort of a mystery box. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share it. So I'm not going to. How's that for a tease? But I'm going to check on that and then I can share it later. I'm not sure if any of these are left, but I'm really excited. And there's at least a couple of projects worth in here. And I'm really, like I said, I want to get back to some quilting. And these are the kind of projects that I would love to be able to get done. So again, you can't order something and then pay shipping, especially when you're close to the order amount. So, and I don't have, let's see if I can, I don't know if I can show this picture very good or not. Just a second here. Ooh, you're not gonna be able to see that, are you? Nope. Okay, I won't bore you with it. You can see this though. All right, so this this chart you can find on Hands-On Design on their website, and it's a free chart, so you can go get it. Now, Simple Stitches Fabric Shop included this in because I bought the kit to make the pillow, which I was trying to show you, but obviously wasn't working. So it's awesome. Like, I love it so much. I keep saying that, don't I? Oh, here's my fabric. Again, didn't open it yet because I love it. But look at the colors. And I love these fabrics. They're so cute. So I'm really excited. If you're familiar with the pillow finishes for the Chalk Talks, and they have the patchwork on them, this pillow has some of that patchwork on it. And so I think it will look, excuse me, that needs to get edited out. Okay, we're back to talking about Simple Stitches Fabric Shop and Hands-On Design. I think the cross stitch is called Mary. So they may still have some of those left on their website. Okay, I just found another false start that I want to do. And actually, I don't want to just start it. I want to finish it. I have the floss on its way. And again, I will find for my collection some fabric. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I keep saying that. Look at this. Willow Hill Samplings Autumn Alphabet. And I wish I could remember who I could blame for showing this to us. And I had to go buy it. Because look at the black cat. Oh, he's so cute. And he looks like Jasper. And I love the color of the pumpkins and stuff. Now the model is stitched on Murky. I have a piece of 28 count Murky, but I don't know if it's big enough. So I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch this on yet, but I ordered the called for colors. I think, yeah, I might, I think I have to make a substitution. I think there was one that I couldn't find, but I can't remember which one it was right now. So yeah, there's another one. I don't know how many I'm up to. I don't know if you're counting. And just a minute, one more package of stuff here. So I love sunflowers too. So I got this needle minder from Fat Quarter Shop, which is, it's so cute. I haven't even opened it yet. I just got it yesterday. I think I just got it yesterday. I fell in love with this book. Black Cat again. I love these patchwork kind of pumpkins or quilt black pumpkins. So I doubt that I will ever make this exact quilt. I bought this more because I love the blacks in it, and we'll use it to make some things. And then I got a scrapbook of quilts. I know this has been out for a little while, and I loved watching the pillow along that people were doing. And I wish I'd been able to work my way through it with them, but I didn't have the book yet. So I plan on using this for pillows to start with. And one of the pillow days really stuck out with me. It was, I'm trying to remember if they called it low volume or neutrals. I can't remember, but I loved every one of the pillows that I could see in it. Like I said, I love neutrals and mixing neutrals. So I'm really excited to try that. And that was also from the Fat Quarter Shop. And then, excuse me again, I did a large enhancement for my fabric collection. Can you see that? I bought a 1 yard piece of ancient 40 count from Picture This Plus. I need this for a project, and I haven't even taken it out of the plastic. I'll show that sometime soon. And then I couldn't buy just a yard for a project when I really like the color, so I bought another fat quarter of it so that I had it for some other stuff. Just cause. I bought, here's 28 count Witchelt antique copper Jobelin. I don't know if the color's coming through very good. You can see there's modeling. This is, I think, a little more green than it's showing on the camera, just a little bit. And this is showing up a little bit too orange, but it's close. Let's see. That's probably a better look at it, I think. And then I got just a fat 1/8 of Lakeside Linens 28 count copper. Yeah, and that's a good color. I want to stitch something fall on here, but I got to find something that is not orange pumpkins, right? So it'll show up. And yeah, so I got to look at what I have going here, but maybe that won't get picked up this year. I'm not sure. Okay. I bought a fat eighth of Zweigart 40 count mallow. I've not tried this before, but I love like natural or flax. You see it called different things. And I just thought this would be fun to try. I'm not sure what I'm gonna think. It feels a little stiff to me, but maybe I'll be fine. I don't know. I always stitch with a Q-snap or a hook. A Q-snap or a hoop. So we'll see. And then I got 40 count Oaken from Picture This Plus. I think that's pretty good. You guys are probably going, oh, okay, speed it up. We've seen these, we're familiar, but I haven't been able to get a hold of these things until now. 40 count Picture This Plus sand. Okay, I hear lots of people talking about this one and I love it. So again, just bought it not for a specific project, but because I like it and I want to have it in my collection so that I can use it if I want to. And then my last piece from this batch is 40 count Picture This Plus shadow. Let's see. That's looking a little purpley, and I would say it looks a little more blue, and I can't quite get it to, I don't know. And it doesn't look quite as dark on the camera to me as it is, but I really like it, so I gotta find something to stitch that on, or stitch on that. Hello? Stitch on that. Okay, I like it. Okay, this video is way longer than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna try to edit it a little bit and see if I can cut out, maybe I can cut out some of the coughing. So I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you had fun. If you did, would you please like and subscribe? Join me on this little journey. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, keep stitching and have lots of fun with it. And I will see you soon.